Hey, what's up? Chris Weinert here from Brutal Honesty, I guess. Used to be my BitChute channel, but I haven't been able to upload in almost 2 years on BitChute, so I don't really get to put too much on there. It worked for a little bit, and then it just stopped working again. Go figure. They must have found out putting content back on and flipped an algorithm, or it just must be blatant, consistent technical difficulties from every brand new digital device that I try straight out of the box and can't get it to ever work. And certainly multiple attempts and certainly let's just say long drawn out buffering processes that take matters of days to upload videos that are only a few moments. So I guess I'm back, and I'll see how long I make it on YouTube and other platforms. But I was thinking about a lot of things, about not only the valuation of goods, but the illusions of valuations and how these things are given phantom valuations by people that are using non-tangible and certainly non-linearly associated assets to actually manipulate markets and to control market caps and to control just the whole population through this economic system. If you think about it, the whole illusion of scarcity in terms of the world's resources, is a myth. Big peak oil, even the climate change shakedown and agendas, these things are all Gollum enterprises. They're all things, scare tactics to push the fear and move the market psychology. I will say this, though. Think about all the developments that have been discovered in terms of extending the utility of resources, whether it's a recirculating carburetor on your vehicle that sends the vapor back in to be reburned, so you get 60, 80 miles to a gallon, 100 miles to a gallon on a pretty big car, compared to 12, 15, 20. Or better yet, how about water treatment plants where they have the technology to treat water, RO, and even certain types of other processes that are beyond my scope and certainly beyond my comprehension, to treat water, to make it safe, to literally debond all the minerals and all the non-essential and the non-beneficial elements out of there. Just even put in fluoridation to our water supply. I mean, these are things that, if these are done, there's no positive benefit to this stuff, and it's been proven. Same thing could be said with vaccines. Same thing could be said with all the soft kills, right? GMOs, apeel, what's that, magnetic meat, or the impossible burgers, or the pink slime, and they're just so many things, shrimp bulking. They have so many different things that they do to our food supply to stretch out their value, but certainly to take out nutritional benefits, and in many cases to even add negative health detriments. And it's all about depopulating the population by this group that has held possession of the world's resources and kept it in their own bloodlines and their own lineage for thousands of years, and has killed and murdered anyone that has tried to even step in the way of this, and more importantly has used the notion of organized society, to order, so to speak, as a means to protect themselves from any sort of retribution. Not since the days of the Code of Hammurabi have you ever seen an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and justice served. You know what I mean? This legal system has been a construct to protect the attacker from the victim, and certainly from any sort of logical or rational recourse. The same thing has been done with religion and Christianity. Turn the other cheek, be a better victim, things like this, while participating in mass murder rituals like drinking the blood of Christ and eating the body of Christ, cannibalism, circumcision, go on and on, man. Confessionism. These are all shame-based, guilt-based motivation tactics that these people use to really take your soul and steal it inch by inch throughout the course of your life, and to get you to quote-unquote voluntarily render your soul to the demiurge. So I just want to say, people, this is all a bunch of bullshit what these guys are putting on us right now. And I have to say, at some point in time, we're going to have to stick up for ourselves. Ain't no God going to come down here. Ain't no Jesus going to save you. Let me tell you, if Jesus were to come down here and save you, he'd be doing the shit you should be doing right fucking now to these people trying to fuck your kids and kill your grandma. So I'll just say this. The illusion of scarcity is a necessity for valuation. And I will also say that the people that are creating these valuations are certainly playing the illusion on you. So, there's enough to go around. You think about it, there's 8 people who own half of the world's wealth. by themselves. In other words, you could take BRICS in half the world's GDP, put them up against these 8 assholes, and they'd be fucking penny for penny, pound for pound. But certainly outnumbered by 3.5 billion people. So think about that, people. You know, we don't have a scarcity problem. We've got a group of hoarders that are absolutely showing their true nature, their true sentiments. And these satanic occultists that are doing this, I'm not one to take part in these, the God and the religion thing. I'll say that the 3 religions of Abraham were made up by this very same sect and used against the population and imposed upon them by cross and sword for generations unto what you're seeing now. And this new system of enslavement, the Federal Reserve and the fiat note and compound usury and certainly fractional reserve banking, more importantly, are mechanisms to really integrate this type of full control. And now they're coming out with the CBDC to bring this to the next level. And the technocratic feudalism, believe me, they're going to replace you with robots. They're going to replace you with many different alternatives that are not viable for you and for your family and for the right thing. So let's just say these guys making all these harmful chemicals in our food supply, it's not an accident. They've had studies since the 20s and 30s, and they have been doing this to the population for this very purpose. These guys have life extension technology. They've used our military patents and certainly this deep state that they've funded, this super judicial mechanism that has gone beyond constitution and law and certainly beyond the threshold of decency. It's certainly crossed the Rubicon, we'll say, in terms of what it should and shouldn't be doing to develop these things. It has actually gone and taken hold of just about all the world's possessions now. And you can tell they've obviously got the media, because you can't even talk about these things without being labeled a conspiracy theorist and told to wear a foil hat. So I don't think it's an accident, people. I think you're being gaslit, and I think we've been being gaslit for long enough, and I think these people have taken enough. I'm thinking that they have shredded every modicum of trust and basically have replenished the tree of liberty with the blood of patriots for a long, long time. Now it's about time that tyrants spare their blood. And I think it has to be us that does it, because they ain't gonna do it to themselves. They ain't gonna put their own people to justice. They ain't gonna handle their own mix. I would just say this: eventually they'll want so much power that these few 8 billionaires will just eat each other, and then there will be 1 or 2 standing. I don't even think there will be 2, because none of them can trust each other. Even though these guys are in some way, shape, or form the same bloodline, the same family, the same haplogroup, I think that they're going to turn on their own kinfolk the way they've turned on the rest of humanity. You don't have this type of contempt without guilt. You don't really have this type of surreptitious behavior without warranting suspicion. And, to sit here and pretend like these guys are philanthropists and leaders and things of the sort is an abuse of language, and it's abuse of your own kinfolk. So, people, it's about time we wake up and really sort this out, because no one's coming to save you. And if you listen to this shit about white hats, they just want you sitting on the bench instead of in the game. So we got the people. We should use it while we got it.